Hey, good morning. I don't believe it. It's starting to try and rain. I'm like, yeah, because I need to speak, but that's okay. Don't know how this is going to come out, but I just thought I'd bring some Wednesday morning vibes. It's my mum's birthday today, Taurian energy going on, and yeah, that's all good as well. But yeah, what day is it today? Looking at my diary. What's the date? Oh, yeah, I should know the date. Should know the 6th of May. Sorry, I was just looking at when the next full moon is in, new moon as well. We've got a flower moon coming up. I'm so excited. I lost this book and I found it again. My Llewellyn. Is it Llewellyn? Anyway, Witch's Date book, but it's good for the moons. But let's get past that. I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, funny enough, the colour purple resonating with today on the 6th of May. Happy birthdays to any Taurians out there, is purple, which is funny because I just got a magenta and blue colour in, which obviously mixed together is purple, which is a highly spiritual colour, crown chakra. So with that, I'm just gonna, don't know how to go into this, but yeah, I've got my sister giving her a little bit of money, but I'm going to gift her these gorgeous, I'm going to show you actually. It's the only good thing about me is because I do a lot of crafts. People get stuff off me that I've made, so I will show you. Let me go over there, and the rain is a coming, but there you go, the rain is a coming. So I'll just bring the camera over, don't know if you can see. So we've got the picture that I've got to wrap today for my mum because it's a birthday and I'm seeing her tomorrow on my sister's birthday. Birthday's right next to each other, both Taurians. Material, bit materialistic. My mum more so than my sister, but she's going to have these gorgeous, don't know if you can see, they are rose quartz carved roses earrings. I do have some of these and I do have some left actually, so don't know if you can, I don't know if the camera's picking up, they're actually rose carved, so she's having them along with something else. Supposed to be going to someone else's birthday at weekend as well. Just a friend of my fellas, and I just thought we'll just gift them this lovely bangle which looks like feathers on it. Had one of these left anyway, and this fun funky little smiley face friendship bracelet that I made, and I have got a couple of these left which I might have to put out again, but the colour is the funnily enough the person's name, bit magenta-y pink, so that's going to somebody. And those earrings, and obviously the picture is my mum's. So let me get this out of the way. I forgot to say happy Beltane as well, I forgot all about that. You know, anyway, yeah, I was just looking at the moon phases. I've just got I've just put some gorgeous energy into my selenite tower wand, you could say, so I'll be giving you some of that after. It's just there, but when it's warming up now, sun's coming out again, so yeah, I pulled some cards out this morning out of the angel guide, and it's really funny because I came across something and I thought, I know that's a message for me, because I was talking about Archangel, I can never get the name right, Jophiel, the other day, and the counterpart of that, I could say the divine feminine side of that is Archangel Christine, and it popped up today just for me. Someone talking about it, I was like, oh my god, yes, it's wisdom and crown chakra, and like I was saying a bit arty things the other day about that, if anyone was listening. Probably might not get what I'm going on about, but I do. It's a message for me anyway. So I decided to pull out the angel deck, and we got earth and ground, grounding, you know, earthing with the ground. Beautiful picture, and it's funny because these are the colours I've just seen, like a golden, I'll tell you about my meditation in a minute. And then we've got compassion, because we can have compassion for a lot that's going on at the minute in the world. Compassion for yourself, compassion for others, understanding even when you get people that are in lower frequencies, you can still have compassion from where they're coming from, because you can understand where they're coming from and why they're in those realms. We've all been there. And then we've got blessings and abundance. You also, through doing that and through coming through your heart, you've got the green energy. They've got the green energy here with compassion, heart chakra. obviously. Blessings and abundance are going to come your way. The more you're in your heart chakra, and you can understand, and you're also giving love out even to those that people may say don't give love out. You're giving love anyway, because you do understand we're all a part of each other. And blessings and abundance comes your way. So they were beautiful, and I've left them out today. But yes, just going to put that there as well. Love you to the moon and back. And we've got happiness. Just thought I'd put them there. So yeah, we've got the colour purple, but I'll go into this in a minute, and I'm going to talk about also the journaling thing that we're doing as well. But I just thought I'd come on this morning and give a bit of nice energy to Thursday. So I had a bit of meditation this morning. This is why I'm coming on. I'm not drawing this morning. I might come on later on tonight. If I'm free. But yeah, that's, so I've written that down of what when I do meditate, and I meditate throughout normally, but if I go sit quietly, meditate, go within, I'll draw what I see, and I've drawn it, but it is going to go into a notebook. I've got a mandala I did last night. I did put this up on my community post. Like I said, I'm not going to be showing all of them on the community post because I put them in a video. We've got this one with gold in, and this wasn't really a mandala, but it was a doodle that came up last night. So that's a nice doodle. And there's another mandala going on here that you probably can't see. It's got a butterfly in it because it was represented me talking yesterday about the butterfly children. And then I think watched Laura Eisenhower and someone else, and then they were talking about the butterfly transformation, obviously hours after me because it's a different time zone, because we all know that what that symbolises, especially within the spiritual community. So I've got that going on. But the actual message I got today was, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, I might have to, yeah, I'll draw over it while we're talking, and then it'll be easy to see. So let me get a dark pen, add to my sexy pencil case. I can find my sexy pencil case. So, find something you can see with as I draw this in. Where's my pen? There it is. Right, so my lovely mug, which I'll show you after. So I got the colours in green and a golden yellow, and it was green, heart chakra, because I'd gone into the heart. Golden yellow, I was actually thinking of Archangel Christine, and if that's representing that colour, but I'll look into it. But you know, golden, godlight, God spark, God source, that's how I see it. I had a lot of the magenta came in with a lot of really gorgeous blue. The gorgeous blue anyway, it wasn't a dark blue, it was a light blue. But what I was seeing when I went inside in my third eye, not looking through these eyes, was let me see, I can't even see on this. We all know we're going to centre point, back to centre point, but it was just like, it was like this, and we all know we've seen this sort of representation before, but it was just a light pulsating out, and that's sort of representing pulsating out the rings. But then there was also a star in it, the right way up, may I add, and that was just pulsating out, and then it turned into like it was a cross, but it was coming down from a point, obviously, so it'd be like a triangle. But if you were looking from below, looking up, you'd see the centre point coming down to you would be the cross coming down as if it was lying flat. So this cross was coming down, and then obviously if you were looking at it from above and it was coming down, it would look like this. but obviously this cross was all crystal. This is what I saw. It was just like a big crystal cross coming down, and all this light was shining off it, and it was, funnily enough, sort of half magenta and half blue merging about, but we know that colour makes purple, which is highly spiritual colour, and it's you could say feminine and masculine colours mixing there, becoming one, because that's what Godlight is, isn't it? It's masculine and feminine, and it was a crystal, and yeah, it was just coming down and pulsating. And then I did get the message in before, there's a love higher than all, which is God's light, goddess light, coming in. And I'm trying to think what else there was. Yeah, because as I've said before, if you don't know, the cross, as a lot of us see it, maybe not everybody, the cross is the interception. See, it's a person, you could say. You know, when you stand and put your arms out, it's the inception. There's your heart. The interception, is that the right word? From the vertical and the parallel, you know, our plane, you could say us, and the connection to source, spirit world, is a cross represented. That's how I see it anyway. And that was coming down as if you were looking up, like I said, like the cone of power. You were looking up, and that was coming down that way, and it was just pulsating. And if you think about it, if you look at the star again, some stars are depicted like this sort of thing, which is a cross, or they may have this in, which looks like the North Star, which I would say, yes, Christ consciousness. So Christ light, I got that in anyway, Christ light, you know, Christ light consciousness, Christed on earth now, the ones that are waking up in the Christ light, heart love, intercepting here, this is how I see it, Christ light, heart of the crystals, whatever you want to call it, because it's all the same thing. Christ light, Christed light, you know, coming from love. So that's what I got in it. It was so beautiful. There was something else trying to come in, but I'll have to go back to it. But yeah, golden, green, yellow, which would be the sun, you know, the Son of God, S-U-N, not S-O-N. It was golden, and then it went into magenta and lovely blues, and it was beautiful, very calming, which is in this. So I want to give you a bit of this, people. Just thought I'd, you know, put that out of the way a minute. Give you a bit of crystal energy of the selenite tower, which I'm looking at now. It's beautiful. When it moves, you can see all the... so you can have a gander at that a minute. Give you a bit of... I'm going to move you up a little bit. Give you a bit of crystal energy here of what I've put into it. Just breathe it in. You look at it. It's making me smile because the energy is very strong, what's just been put in it from that meditation. So I just thought I'd try that because it's very, very beautiful, and I wanted to share it. So a bit of that to you all. I'm going to do some cards as well, but yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's warming up, you know, there's a few clouds and stuff. It's warming up, and as I found my Llewellyn book again, so I was like, you write the dates of the moon. We all know the moons are very powerful. That's why they use them on that side for what they do, but we use them on our side for what we do. So we have got, I thought it was this week actually, but we have got the colour purple today for anybody born today as a Taurian. And then I think it is the 20... Oh yeah, we've got a new moon coming up on the 11th. Tuesday the 11th of May. Oh, that's when Ramadan ends. And this colour is white. Well, that's gorgeous as well. You've got to remember, new moons, new beginnings, new things that you want to put out. And then we've got a full moon coming, a flower moon. I'm going to draw a picture of that. I can't wait. A flower moon. A flower moon, lunar eclipse. hang on a minute, let's get the thread. Just looking into that. So, ooh, why is that not doing that? It's a bit weird. What's going on there? Oh, really? No, that's a bit odd. Why is that? What is going on there? Oh yeah. So, yeah. So, a full moon on. What did I just say then? Yeah, and then we've got a full moon. Sorry, a full moon, flower moon on the 26th. Could be 26th, 27th of. Guess it depends where you live. Of May. A full moon, colour brown. Just think of brown as earth anyway. It's a flower moon and it's a lunar eclipse, which means in a lunar eclipse, the sun monumentarily, can't say the word, blocks the illumination, obviously, that creates a full moon, resetting the current emotional cycle and allowing the shadow to reveal what is hidden in our subconsciousness or keeping us blocked from seeing more clearly, which is funny because stuff that's about to come out in the physical realm is a bit like that. People are going to be seeing clearly because there has been something eclipsing us for a very long time. But as I was talking about spiraling up yesterday, and we're on a cycle of life, which is the cycle of life is always the same in nature, but what we're doing is we're cycling up. We're going round, but we're going up. We're not going round and round and round like some people. You know, there's a lot of people that will cycle round and round and round. We're not doing that anymore. We're getting off that track and we're going round the same cycle, but we're spiraling up, so it's different because you're in a different frequency. So like it says on here, we're resetting the current emotional cycle. That's what we're doing, so you need to be thinking about that as this moon comes in. It's about resetting, reprogramming, deprogramming and reprogramming yourself. So that's all beautiful with the moon energies coming in. Like I said, it's a flower moon, so maybe you could draw a picture for the flower moon and maybe you could send some in to my email. I will put this up after this is downloaded. I will do. And also talking about artwork, I hope Claudia, who comes into chat, does not mind me showing this. Absolutely beautiful. I do get artwork sent me, and if I can get these up on the camera at one point, I'll have to email them to myself. I was blown away yesterday when people share artwork with me. I just love it because it inspires me to carry on, inspiring people to get in the art if that's what they want to do. But she sent me a few pictures of the journaling and everything. It's absolutely beautiful. We know we did the lion heart, which funny enough I got out again in a reading this morning, and one of my cards was strength and it was a lion again. Now, she won't mind me showing you this. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I know I'm going to try and get this up not in funny light, and I'm going to try and snip it and get it onto so you can all see another time. But she's got this half a lion's face with a flower. Don't know if you can see in the sun. Maybe you can. I don't know. Sorry if you can't, but oh my god. Can you see? Absolutely beautiful. But like I said, I'll pull that up another time so it's not all got the glare off it and everything that's going on with that at the minute. Just blown away. It's like, oh my god, absolutely beautiful, you know. And when people are saying I'm inspiring them, they're inspiring me or inspiring them. It's that energy. Receiving, giving and receiving, like, oh my god, you're spurring me on to carry on doing that sort of thing. So I'm loving all that, absolutely loving it. Also this, I think I'm going to start this next week because I've already started. This was just a bit of a, obviously I'm going to use this a bit of a to show you what to do. Basically, you can, if you've got your cardboard together, all you're really going to do at the minute is you're either going to paint on the inside. It doesn't really matter even if you leave it with whatever you use in cereal boxes. Like I said, I thought it was quite funny to change this over from cereal Cocoa Pops to fill the bowl of self-love, and just drew around the hippo. Painted on this because I'll paint these hearts in, and just changed up. And all you're basically doing is cutting down your cardboard or whatever you're using, cereal box or whatever it is, and you're just basically sticking pictures on the things that you love, or drawings or doodles or painting. It doesn't matter, even if it's off magazines, if things that you like, you don't have to know why you like them, just whatever, that doesn't matter. It's just a cover, and you can doodle on it or anything. Stick some tape on. This one keeps coming off because it's lost its stickiness, this thingy tape, but I'll glue it on. And basically that's you can enjoy doing that. And then as long as your papers, whatever papers you're using, I'll show you. So it's A4. I'm only using A4, maybe a few that are a little bit bigger because this cover is bigger than A4, but I'm not bothered about that. So when you fold papers up, because you will be putting them in here at some point, they're going to fit in, you know, they're not hanging out over the edge. And I've got about over an inch or something or more left, you know, that's inside here. You could have it right up to the your piece of card, but I think I'm going to keep it like that because I may put pieces of paper in that are just a little bit bigger than the A4 folded in half, so I've still got room because you can put different papers in, like I said before. But I'll show that at another point of how we're going to put them in and how we're going to use it. So you don't need to do anything with your papers yet. You can still collect your papers because you can use, I want you to try and use, because I'm going to do it too because it'll be a challenge, is you might have some printer paper, you might have some thicker sort of like magazine papers, and anything that comes through the door that you normally put in the bin. We'll use them and see what we can do with them. So you can collect your papers, but in the meantime, decorate your front cover. Get decorating your front cover for next week, you know. And the thing is, you don't have to rush it anyway. It doesn't have to be when I'm doing it because you can just go back and look at the video. But basically, you could have a lovely weekend or spend, you know, 10 minutes in the evening or whatever it is, just not long, just decorating your cover. And you don't need to know why or what you're sticking on it. And men can join in as well, you know, whatever you're putting on it. And that's basically the first step that we're doing. But I will show you this with all the stuff in, so we know, and then I'll go through the process of how we put it together and what we're actually going to be doing in it, because when we've done it, put it together, we're going to be actually all doing something together in it, which will be great. And maybe it'd be fun, like I said, if people can send in pictures and then I can crop them down and show them, and I just think that would be great because we're all sharing, and it proves the point of we could all link together with certain beliefs and things that we're into and experiences that we're having and emotions and whatever it is, and people will visualize it or feel it in different ways of their perspective. And when you put it down in your artwork, everybody's artwork will be different. No one's will be the same, and that's what's beautiful about it. It's the same, but it's different and unique. So saying that, and now I forgot what I was going to say. Saying that, I'm like, what was I going to say? Have some water. I can't remember, something came in and it's just gone. And I hope you've done the I love me thing this morning. No, tell yourself selves that you love yourself. I did it this morning, felt great. Yeah, maybe it'll come in a minute. I don't know what I was going to do then. The book, so we're doing that and we're all sharing. Yeah, and we're all sharing and it's fun to see. So I'm just going to do a super attractor deck, seeing as we've got new moons and a full moon coming up, so you can get your intentions in for these, you know, these moons that are coming up. Oh, and there we go, first one straight away. I did actually bring my book down today of what I was trying to show you the other day. Right. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Of course it does. I was appreciating the sun this morning. It was beautiful. I took a picture of it. I think I put it up on my community page. Even though it was cloudy, I saw the aura around it. I was like, appreciation for the sun that is shining every day means we can get up and rise every day as well. So appreciation there with the super attractor. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. So I've got that in there. I think we're going to have some earth magic today before I go. There's something I wanted to say, but I can't remember. It'll pop up another time, or maybe tonight. So, getting my little doodle bag out. Handmade, of course. Right, it's not in here again. Have I left it upstairs? Right, I'll show that tonight. It doesn't matter. I'm not running around. So let's get some earth magic in, because it is very magical. We are very magical. No. There's something coming in and it's just gone. It's gone again. Let's see if we've got these the right way. Let's bring in some earth magic. Like I say, when you're out and about in nature, if you're ever on your dinner break or whatever it is and you ever get a chance to go out in nature, you can, I mean, you can do it in the office, you've just got to be present, that's all. You know, conscious of Gaia. Just, you know, if you're putting your feet to the earth or your hands or whatever, just thank her. It's all upside down. Oh yeah, oh, where's that now? I pulled something out before and now I'm looking for it and I'm like, where is it? I pulled out right, maybe I've left it on the table. That's really weird. Where's that one? I did pull out a deck. Just trying to think. Maybe I've left it on the table. Let me go and have a quick look. Yep, I needed to come with this deck this morning was what I was looking for. The Oracle of Seven Energies. Gotta do it. Oh yeah, that was it. I'm drinking out of my what would you call it? Family Crescent Crest. And I have shown this before and it's got lipstick all over it, by the way. But if you didn't know, my family name, Crescent Crest, is a tree. It's an oak tree which has always been with me since I've been a child, and I've always had to think about oak trees. Many people do have things about trees and different sorts of trees of whatever their trees is. And the number 7 comes in as well, if you didn't know and you're new to my channel, with you know, the 7 is a lot to do with alchemy, and you've got the chakras, 7 chakras, the body chakras anyway. There's more, 7 days of the week, all that sort of good stuff. But I never knew until at least 2 years ago or something that my family crest had 7 acorns on it. So acorns are to do with the goddess as well, if you didn't know. And also, which goes into another story I'll tell you about that I have told before, of when I went to a magic circle once, that I'll tell you about, because I've told that, but I'll have to tell it again. But with this, the war cry is, it's in French and it says, may your, it's up here and it says, may your tree flourish in heaven. 7 heaven. I'm like, where's the 7th realm in us of heaven is the crown chakra. So it's just funny how things add up in your life that you didn't really realise, and then you find things out and you're like, oh my god, the oak tree, the 7, wow, like, may your tree flourish in heaven. It's just beautiful when you get into things like that. So I thought, yes, I'll be drinking out of my may your mindset flourish in heaven. May you reach that crown chakra of enlightenment from the lower to the higher. That's all I'm saying. I just think it's amazing how life just gives you like wonderful little things like that you don't know. And you're like, oh my god, dreams and things where I've had visions make more sense now. But I will try and tell you about that story. Maybe I'll tell you tonight actually. Let me write it down, because if I have got time tonight, which I think I have, just let me write it down. I'll just call it the Magic Circle. It was a few years ago, but Jesus, has that made more sense again today? Putting them dots together, you know, on your own path. Like I said, it's not to do with anybody else, it's to do with you and your path and what makes sense to you, of your story, of your hero's journey, of your self-enlightenment, of you, you know. All similar but different, you know. Couldn't all have the same exact story, it'd be boring, wouldn't it? And then we've got the trees on here today as well, on the earth magic deck. So I'm not taking that because it doesn't feel right. I need to shuffle them. Come on, shuffle cards energy. It's not shuffled enough. Not jumping out yet, too excited. Let's do a few shuffles. I like to at least get 3 of these in before any jump out, because sometimes the energy on the card jumps out too excitedly when I've not even asked the question in my head, so, or out loud. Yeah, we've had that before. We know there's a breach. We know. I'll leave that one out. We know there's a breach coming. We know. We know we're breaching the surface. We know things are coming up that are being unearthed in us, and also what's going to be coming out in the news and stuff very shortly, with things that are going to be breaking the surface that they haven't allowed to break the surface, and we've already seen that trickle in, and that's how it's going to go, trickle in more and more and more, bigger than it was before. So yeah, that just come out on the cards before, and I'm like, okay, so you want to jump out. And it's big. A whale is massive. It is big. That's breaching the surface, let's face it. But then we can all breathe after that, because it's like finally people start seeing it's not particularly nice, but they need to see, you know. Oh, it's getting hot in here, and I'm gonna have to go soon. It's warming up. I need to let some air in before I finish it off. Some bits that I've got to do, and also the magic in a painting in a minute that I will show you. So let's see. Earth magic, what does Gaia want to tell us today? That came out as yes. Beautiful. Talking about trees as well. Oh, even though this is autonomal, but you know, we're coming up that soon anyway, but that's beautiful energy, which we we're sort of always in that sort of autumnal, I can never say that word, energy, and I'll explain that in a minute. It's this card. Oh, and I've just had a thing come in. I'm sat in here and I'm like, oh my god, this desk I've got's quite big because it was my son's, but I'm like, oh my god, I know what this can also be used for. I'm like, oh my god, I'm excited. Talking in code again because it's for me, but I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to check that out later. Something's coming for me. And I'm like, yes. Yes. One more, please. There we go. Yeah, we've had that before. We've had this before, and it's funny because I've got a white wolf that I got told is with me in a spirit guide. So, and then another thing that I got told as well. So we got breach. We know there's a lot of things coming to breach the surface. I'm going to bring the camera over so you can see this actually a bit closer. Hopefully you can see. So we've got breach. I'm going to put some crystals around like this. Just felt like doing that. So we've got breach. I've just explained that one. We've got the autumnal equinox. Well, the thing is with the autumnal energy, what we normally do, what Gaia normally does in this cycle, when we come up to the autumnal equinox, is the trees are shedding their leaves. So that means we're releasing the old, because they're shedding the leaves. We follow nature. We are nature. So we're releasing our leaves. We're releasing the shit we don't need. But this is what's going on anyway now. We're still all releasing in that sort of energy of the autumnal. I can never say that. Autumnal equinox. We're releasing. Please release as we go into these energies of the moon phases that I've just spoke about that are coming up. Then lightning. There is lightning coming, especially with this. The breaching of the truth that's coming out. People are going to have to release old programming and patterning. We know this is coming. And with that becomes our lightning, our power. Oh God, it's so funny because my fella has got a tattoo writing on him about I am the lightning before you. I can't remember what the saying is. I'm going to have to find it. And I'm like, do you know what? Can't make this shit up, but lightning, power. Who do I think when I think of lightning? Funny enough, I just got the picture out before, as you saw. You will have seen me just flick through before and pulled this book out and pulled the Tesla, my drawing of Nikola Tesla, because Nikola Tesla's the one who brought us, you know, that sort of radio signal thing, the internet, saying we can see people through, there'll be time in the future where we can see people through like this. Yes, people go on about telepathy and stuff like this, but we also have it this way. It is part of that energy. It's not bad. It's just being used against us, but we're reversing that, as a lot of people know. So I'm just thinking of Tesla energy. That's why YouTube is a beautiful thing, even though it's used to censor, as we all know at the minute, but there will become a time when it's being used for the good. It is being used for the good. Anyway, that's how we're all connecting at the minute, quicker. That yes, there is a natural source, but that's the energy that's got pumped into technology like this. Anyway, so that becomes our power. You know, stormy seas here with the breaching and the releasing, because everyone's going to have to release something. You know, they're going to have to exhale shit out. They're going to have to inbreathe the divine and the truth, and they're going to have to exhale the crap out. This is what's coming in. They're going to have to exhale the crap out, and they're going to have to release everything that they knew. Like, we're still doing, you know, we still think we know a lot, but we don't really know anything. But at the end of the day, we just know the knowing of there's something good coming. We know it's biblical. We know it's big, if that's what you say. We know it's a spiritual thing, because that is what's happening. And then we go into the energy of the instinct, the wolf. You could say the lone wolf. Everyone's been feeling like a lone wolf lately, you know, being in the home, being in this whole lockdown thing. But the lone wolf of speaking your truth when everyone thinks you're a mad conspiracy theorist, or anyone thinks it is the truth, for whatever a spiritual nutcase, doesn't matter, it's all the same to me. A lone wolf. But the wolf, I've said, we've all been a wolves in sheep's clothing. We're not a wolf, a sheep in a wolf's clothing, pretending to be a wolf, but really we're a sheep. We're coming out, we're like, hey, played under the radar here a little bit, now we're awakening. This is like starseeds as well. When people talk about starseeds, you know, they all wake up at different times. They're supposed to, because if you'd all woke up at one time, I've said this before, a lot of people said it before, no one would know what was going on. There'd be more chaos. So people have tried to help people, that's the way it is. And also, maybe the dark side would have gone for everybody all at the same time. They'd all know you were awakening. We've had to wake up at different times with different ripples and the right time for everyone. Personally, that's how I see it. You got the mountain behind the wolf, because the wolf has its instinct. It's strong, and it's so funny, because I said to my fella the other day, if you were an animal, what would you be? Because I think we were watching an animal thing, and he said a wolf. But he's also had a wolf presence with him as well. So, and that's really funny, because his was black and mine was white, yin and yang. That's hilarious. Just thought of that now. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to draw a picture of that. But it's our gut instinct. We all know there's something off. It doesn't matter if you know. People are they know, they're in a knowing, and even if they're not exactly sure what's going on, like someone said the other day, and I've said this before, you get people on the internet shouting about people going, we knew about this, and it's like, yeah, people are waking up to certain parts. I've said before, you don't have one awakening, there's absolutely loads, because there's all these levels we go up when we're spiraling up, so there's loads of different awakening, and it's forever. So whatever, it doesn't matter if you're waking up to, you just woke up to the government, and then after that you've just woke up to this, and then after that you just woke up, and then you've woke up to yourself, and then you woke up to God, and then you've woke up to this and this. That's how it spirals up. We're not cycling like that. We're spiraling up with those. So instincts. But this is a really strong energy. You know, this lone wolf is going to be with its pack. It's finding its soul, tribe, family, its pack. And there is a really strong pack when we're all together. Like I said, we are the Titans yesterday. And funny enough, someone's just mentioned Titans today. And I think it was, I've not watched his videos for ages, Paul off... what channel? I've not watched it for months actually, but he mentioned Titans today in his video, and I thought, well, yeah, and it's a different time zone, so I mentioned it yesterday. I think he mentioned it, I'm not really sure, because I haven't been looking. What was I listening to a little bit of, and I've not listened to all of it, but I thought, well, yeah. Oh, it was Prime Disclosure. I like Prime Disclosure. So, you know, and someone else on Laura Eisenhower's were talking about the butterfly energy. I was calling us butterfly children yesterday, so we've got all that going on. Ooh, you and your little Merkabas, people. This one's to take any negative dark energy away, or depression or anything like that. I think Magenta Pixie said the other day, if you've got black stones like tourmaline, I can't even remember how to say it, but I've got quite a few dotted about. That is really hot at the minute. Yeah, so we've got them messages coming on, and I think yeah, we're just going to do the 7 energies now, and then I'm going to go, because I'm absolutely nearly sweating my ass off in here. So, and I need to go and do some stuff. But I thought I'd give you the 7 energy scene, as I was talking about 7 energies. So, I've been getting excited again today about just different things again, for me personally. Tune in. See what 7 energies have got for us today. Co-creating this support. The wisdom of the energy of the 7 can be seen in cultures all over the world, in belief systems throughout history, and in your own life today. Its influence is reflected in the way you think, how you make decisions, what you encounter within yourself, and the conditions of the world, which is like the 7 chakras. So, you know, all that going on. Drawing upon the power of 7, this oracle reveals how we as individuals experience our lives, giving us framework from which to make empowered choices, because it's all about your choice of as we co-create our reality, because that's what it's all about, and it's about your choice of how you move through your life and what decisions you choose to take. Free will, I know we've been a bit hoodwinked and stuff, is your choice. So don't blame other people, because it's all down to you. So we've got A tall tale. 35. And that's a really funny energy. I've seen people telling very tall tales. I've seen people telling very tall tales about me, which has been quite disturbing to see. But tall tales. But in the world of what's going out in the physical realm, because I'm doing this as a collective energy, is there are some tall tales being told with the government, with the Jibby Jabby Jabba Hutt, if you go to Star Wars to Jabba Hutt, and that, and all these tall tales, you know, and the stuff that they don't actually report on, like, for instance, 1 million people in London, and they don't cover stuff like that, but it can be tall tales within yourself as well. I may have to just nip through the book in a minute. Let's see what else we've got. There we go. Birds of a feather flock together. We've had that energy before, when people are coming together and you're finding soul tribe, which I just talked about before. And funny enough, that the birds that keep coming in, the 2 robins, and someone said check out the meaning of 2 robins. I can't remember what it was, but it was beautiful. Spirit realm, obviously, but it was really beautiful, because normally you only see 1. And then we've got Let It Go with the heart energy birds again. We've got the hummingbirds. It's one of my favourites, which I do talk about quite a bit. Letting go, you know, these birds are like pulling at some rope that's tied around a heart. Release your heart energy. Let it go. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? So I'm just going to quickly find the book for this and go in it, because I haven't used these that much. So let's see, 35. At least they've got numbers on. I won't be here all day trying to find it. I'm just going to go through the basic. Right, a tall tale. Key concepts. Denial, concealing the truth so you can manipulate and control the situation. Fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind, not allowing the fear of what others think to influence your words. Learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. You or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. So, you know, this could be out there, it could be someone in your realm. I've had people doing this, and it's ridiculous. You always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. When you lie, you get high on an illusionary sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. You feel driven by the fear of exposure, but something makes you stick to your story even though you know it has no substance. I've seen a lot of stuff out there that has no substance at all. And mainstream media as well. Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. That's the thing, is what's the motive behind what someone or something is doing? What's the motive behind it? Because if you're constantly going on about something or something, what's your motive behind it? It is interesting. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing. Then there is the lie put forth while in denial. And some people lie because they have to keep up with the lies, because I've dated people who are like that. They have to keep up with the lie because then people will know they're lying if they don't keep up with the lie. So then they carry on lying, then get caught in the lies, and then they have to keep pushing that forward. Such a hiding and active addiction. Yeah. Addiction. In this scenario, we may believe our own lies. Because the thing is, you've got to think about when someone's putting something out there, it's their truth to them, but it doesn't actually mean that just because they're putting something out that they believe is true means it's actually true, especially when there's no evidence. It's actually true. It's true in their reality, but it doesn't mean the actual thing is actually true. So there's that going on as well. It's like mainstream media. They're putting something out, everyone's believing it. But, you know, those of us that know, well, like, yeah, but that isn't the truth, is it? Isn't the whole truth, is it? There's the 2 sides to a story. So the tall tale, the white lie, the stretching of the truth, and the blatant fabrication of all about control. Yes, the desire for it, the lack of it, the need to maintain it so we can manipulate the outer world and hide our inner one. Today, ask for the truth. Be willing to pay the price and be okay with the vulnerability your life is exposing in yourself and others. Transparency is required to get where you need to go. And it's funny that, because Mr. T talked about transparency, and he is transparent. And that is, this is a whole energy for out there today. But like I said, with the breaching, the card we got before the breaching, that's going to be transparency. People are going to start seeing. This isn't about people. This is about the energy that's going on in the world right now. They have been telling tall tales. People at the minute, all sort of people are getting confused with stuff, calling people out all over when that's not the people that have been involved with these stuff. So, you know, people do need to get a grip. And then we've got 25. which is birds of a feather, sharing community, a sense of belonging, fellowship, and with light-hearted people, understanding the concept of we before me, like where we go one, we go all. It's not where me go, is it? Amigo. But you know, that sort of thing. We talked about birds of a feather before. I emailed something yesterday in my area about something about community, and that was really good. I'm hoping to get something back. Have you ever wondered how people naturally gravitate to one another and discover a surprising intimacy and connection? Now, you don't have, that doesn't mean you have to be connecting with everybody in every group, no, but you will gravitate to the right people. Like a visible ray of light, I need to take my socks off. That gently pulls some people together from something beautiful that can be shared. As in the saying, birds of a feather flock together, it comes in from instinctual need for belonging, you might say. We need community to survive, and we do, to thrive and grow. It's not about being on your own, being locked away, being out of, I don't even know what you'd call it. We have been at the minute, but we're all realising from lockdown that we all want to be together, and as the world starts moving around, which it will be doing, even though a lot of us know it's all bull crap, people are going to be wanting out more in the community, helping, solutions, growing things, doing things for the community. It's going to be like that. It's going to be more community-based world. That's what it's going to be, sharing and caring. We need community to survive and grow. We do need each other, even if you're a person that doesn't really like to be around people that much. But then again, you've got to think of the world and what's been hoodwinked and why people feel like that. We humans are social creatures, of course we are, and that's why they've tried to distract us and tell us to be distancing from each other, of course. Creatures after all. None of us are meant to be alone, are we? Hell. The concept of being alone is playing an important role in your life currently. Perhaps you recently found yourself in a group where you knew you were in the right place. Trust those strands of connection. For now is the time to thrive in the community. This is the community time. Now is the time to thrive in community. What you will find is a deeper and more expansive way of looking at the world by bearing yourself to others and sharing ideas, hopes and dreams. However long you stay there in the journey of becoming who you're meant to be, connecting to community and participating in the fellowship of the ring is the best way for the right now. You will flourish as part of the network of like-minded and light-hearted people. Stick to what feels good and resonates with your heart as true. When you understand the value of community, you will discover everything you are hoping for and much more you're expecting, because we all help each other. I'm just going to write that down for tonight of what was that, because that's what I wanted to talk about. The where was it? Where's that just gone? Oh, I'll just flick to another page. Just flick to the greater love and gone. Yeah, becoming. I think I've talked about this before, but you. Right, and then we've got let it go, let it go, let it go. So the key concepts: forgiveness, healing, resentments, shedding the role of the eternal Maya, letting go of the victimhood. Yeah, a lot of people need to let that go. Cutting the ties that bind you to the destructive story, releasing pain so you can move into lessons it offers, relinquishing the need to be right. Because I've had friends who have, been in relationships and stuff, and they always get in, even after when it's ended, it's like, oh, I feel like, did they, and it's like, doesn't matter, that was then, this is now, it doesn't matter. I had a bit of a conversation with that. It doesn't matter. This is now. Be in the now and enjoy yourself. That has gone now. There are times in life when you must forgive, lest you become a hostage to your anger, frustration, disappointment and resentments. This is not about condoning bad behaviour or minimising hurt done to you. No, it's not about condoning. Like, you can forgive, but you don't forget. Like, I can forgive people. I have to forgive people, even people on the internet who want to come against me and have come against me with silliness and childishness, and because I understand where those people are coming from in their trauma, when we've all had trauma, and it makes us stay in a victim state mentality sometimes and stay in a cycle that we don't really need to be in. But when people do that, they just like to blame others around them for things that are going on, and instead of taking responsibility. But I forgive those people, because we've all sort of been there in that sort of energy, but it's just learning to let go and realise that you've got to take responsibility for your life. No one else can do it apart from yourself. This is why we're the ones we've been waiting for. Yes, we're getting help and guidance, but we're the ones who've got to do it. We've got to take responsibility. We've got to stand up to what's going on, not only accepting ourselves, but also accepting what's going on in the world and standing up and speaking out. Both worlds go together. If you don't forgive, old hurts fester and become distorted, causing you pain and pain over and over again, and you stay in that cycle. You're not spiraling up, you just stay in the cycle, round and round and round, like a broken record. You become trapped in a prison of your own making, tied to the story that you were a victim. It's time to cut the invisible cords attaching you to the situation and preventing you from moving forward. The truth is, you are victimising yourself every time you recreate the unresolved hurt in your mind or speak of it with friends. That's what happens. You're victimising yourself. No one else is victimising you. You're victimising yourself. Rather than allow this folly to repeat, surrender the situation to your higher power. Now is a time for the radical forgiveness. Say no to drama in all forms and do your dharma instead, not drama. Anyone causing drama is not doing the dharma. And forgive yourself and others for engaging in it. I've had to learn that, because I was sort of looking and thinking, oh my God, I really want this person to rise, but it's not my path and don't need to be there. Like, oh my God, hope so. But that's, a lot of empaths feel that we want people everywhere, but it's not our job to do, it's their job to do. And consider the ancient Hawaiian practice known as, let me see if I get this right, because I've done it before, Ho'oponopono. I probably got that wrong, but I think a lot of you know what I mean. I love you, I forgive you. Oh, what is it? I love you, I forgive you. I can't remember what it is, but I've done it before. The simple prayer is a beautiful way to begin the process of forgiveness. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. This is what you say to yourself. I'm sorry. And you keep saying it till you feel it. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's based on the idea that we're all responsible for the reality we see in the world. If something is weary, whether it's your perception, your emotional reactions, your judgment and so forth, it's up to you to clean it up, because most people, it's their perception, doesn't mean it's the truth, it's their perception, it's their emotional reactions. That's why I said you've got to get in harmony and balance them all out. Doesn't mean you can't feel things, and your judgment doesn't mean it's the truth. Forgiveness is the key to liberated, mindful life. No matter what method you choose, just do it. So to say that again, if you want to write it down, if you're ever feeling you want to forgive, you just sit there. It could be anyone, anything, or anything in the past, or whatever, or yourself. It's, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you, and keep saying it till you feel it. Like, hand on heart, I'd say, Ho'oponopono. I can't say it properly, I'll have to get that name in right. So that's that. I'm going to go now because I'm absolutely sweating my ass off in here with the sun in here at the minute. Thought I'd bring the energy to basically say yet and yet again, which I've said quite a few times, it's for you to take responsibility for your own life and your own happiness. We're not going around blaming other people. We are taking responsibility, letting go, forgiving and moving forward. You can normally tell because, if you're repeating cycles, you're normally repeating the same thing of that same old energy that you were in about a thing, a place or a person. So, there we go. So we've got that in, and I'm just going to flip through the powerful thoughts for a little affirmation this side today, which says 94, my body mirrors my state of mind. I am healthy, whole and complete. Yeah. And you've got to be careful what you're putting in your body as well, of all sorts of things. And then the other side, I keep my thoughts positive. Life brings me the good experiences I deserve. Because when you're in positive frequencies, you do get the positive things that come in your life by being like that. More than you would if you are in negative states where things start going wrong and this, that and the other. And that sort of energy comes in and it's not good, and that is the spiralling down. It's not spiralling up, it's negative energy. So we've got all that in. So like I said, you can cover your books in for next week. You just need a bit of glue and stick them on and stuff like that. And that's all good. And I'm going to go now. And I'm going to leave these cards out of blessings and abundance, earth and grounding and compassion, which is basically in the same sort of message we got there. But there is a breaching going on within us and within the physical plane out there, with people waking up and certain things that maybe I'll throw up tonight, but I've been seeing a few things that are getting momentum in movement at the minute, and oh my God, Can't wait. So yeah, start connecting with the heart. If you've got any black stones, you can wear them on you for protection and absorbing other people's negative energies and depression. But this is the same I'm wearing them anyway on here, and it's like a really dark blue, because the sky isn't really black, is it? It's like a very dark blue and it's gorgeous, but I don't think you'll be able to see on here, but it has like looks like little stars. Don't know if it's coming through. Hang on a minute. Can you see the little dots? It's beautiful, and I can't remember what it's called, and it's actually on here, and I did have something connected to this and it fell off, and it's not this, but I love this stone. But yeah, so like I said, again, we'll have a bit of this before I go. And I am looking for my singing bowl, which I'm going to sit back because I know it thingies with the microphone. So let's have a bit of heart chakra. And I'm going to put the microphone back and sit back a little bit. Do it 3 times. And then, thank you. I just thought I'd show you. I'm just about to start finishing this off. And the magic with this painting, this is a little sort of home sweet home painting, which is still getting done because there's a process that I didn't actually realise. Something went on with my angel, the one behind me there. Somebody is after that one, and there was a process within the drawing to do with the sun, and I've just realised it happened with this one, and I thought, yes, I love it. So it is actually getting real sun energy on this, the energy in it, even though it has got the sun on it, just by a process that I do that I didn't even know it was natural. And yeah, so this is gonna, I've got to do stuff on it, leave it to process a little bit, and then finish it off. But this is a painting representing home sweet home, the sun coming out behind the clouds, and this I don't know if you can see properly on here, this orange energy, warm loving energy, the pink tree for I always see pink as healing, and you could say healing tree, you know, tree of life, where it's healing, everything's healing. It's going to have a little thing on here saying home sweet home. There's going to be flowers here. You've got a swirly river coming in, the rainbow in the background, and obviously it's whimsical. It looked lovely as a little whimsical piece, or maybe in a child's bedroom, because it's home sweet home and the little face there coming through the sun. It's got a lot of like joyous energy in it, so I'm going to let that do that and let it process a little bit. My paintings do take a bit of time. I've got another angel painting to do, which is behind me down there. You can just see it there going on. And yeah, so we'll see. So have a blessed day. Thursday, my mum's birthday today, my sister's tomorrow. I've got to package the things that I've done for her and stuff like that. Remember the intentions of the moon coming up and all that. You have to go back because I can't remember what days they are now. to say the 11th and the 26th, 20 something. So yeah, and I will see you very soon. Remember to keep rising. A lot of you have got back to me as well and said that you've all ordered one of these. You'll love it. I've got a crystal in mine as well. Listen, it's got a crystal in it. So and they're really big. Like I said, if you're out and about, you can put water in them, and they're just beautiful. And I just love this design. It's lovely. So yeah, it's lovely. So I will see you very soon. Have a blessed day and bye.